All right, so we have David Lucas embarrassing himself on Matan Evans' podcast. This was a rough one. I mean, pretty much every comment is talking about how cringy he was. And you could tell Matan was getting under his skin. And it's funny because David always claims he doesn't give a shit about what anybody thinks. You know, he's supposed to be an edgy comedian that doesn't get offended by anything. But that doesn't seem to be the case here. Like, Matan asked him about the George Floyd joke he made that he eventually apologized for. So, you know, it's a sensitive subject for him, but Matan asks him why he'd make the joke if he knows it could offend the black community or something like that. You know, he's kind of trolling him. That's how this podcast is. It's kind of like Eric Andre or Between Two Ferns. So when Matan asks him about the joke, David just keeps saying, I don't give a shit. I'm going to say whatever I want. I don't care what anybody thinks. But you can tell the question kind of gets to him, even though it's a joke, and he leans over and tries to intimidate Matan.
Let's give somebody some reference. A lot of people know you because you got canceled a couple of months ago for making a joke about George Floyd.
Did I really get canceled? Who canceled me?
Well, that's what they said online.
Oh, yeah. I mean, people were mad, but I mean, that's part of society. They be mad.
So, but they didn't cancel you, or what happened?
I'm still doing shows, dog.
So you're saying they tried, but it didn't work?
Yeah, I mean, you can't really cancel somebody like me who don't give a fuck.
Let me ask you this. Why would you make the joke about George Floyd when you have no idea how it can affect the black community?
Because I wanted to.
But what?
Because I wanted to.
But you don't know how it could affect black people.
Who gives a fuck?
But black people.
I wanted to do it.
But you don't know if it will offend them.
I wanted to do it.
But you're
well, let me
offending.
offend them. I offend white people too. Now what? I'll offend your ass too.
Yeah, but you're allowed to offend white
I'll
people.
offend your ass
but
too.
Black people, it's off the table.
What's happening?
What is this? What, like this?
I'll offend you. I'll offend you. You cute.
So he wasn't handling it very well, and it just kept getting worse from here. And like 20 minutes in, he's about to leave. And I think the only reason he was there in the first place is because he thought he's getting paid 10 grand for the appearance, which Matan probably told him just to get him on the podcast or just to mess with him. And, you know, it could be a bit, but it definitely seems like David is being serious. And I believe he's delusional enough to think somebody give him 10 grand for a podcast appearance. So in the beginning, he's like, yeah, I'm cool with all this as long as I'm getting paid. But Matan's like, what are you talking about? And then David looks at his manager like, isn't this what we agreed on?
Hey, as long as you got that money ready for me at the end of this hour, I don't give a fuck.
Oh, I don't got anything.
Hey, man, I thought this was 10 grand, man.
10 grand? I could have got Charleston White for 10 grand. Okay.
So what about the money, though?
What about the money?
Yeah.
I would give it to you if I had some.
Nah, nigga, I'm about to call.
We could be on like
a
a perpetual team.
All right.
Yo, they ain't got the money, bro.
The camera's not. There's no camera on him.
I don't give a fuck. We don't need it to be on camera. I need my bread.
You need your bread? How much were you expecting to be?
You told me 10,000 in the text message, bro.
I would love to see it. Maybe that was Sam Hyde. He told you that. He tricked you. Because he's the one, in case anybody doesn't know, who set up this interview. Okay, let's move on. This is getting a little stale here.
Yeah, so I definitely believe David actually thought he was going to get paid for this, and Matan was probably just trying to mess with him or just get him on the show. I mean, this kid is really good at trolling. Like, also, he kept handing David pictures of him, like AI pictures of him, really overweight, even more overweight, and you could tell David's like, all right, whatever, yeah, real funny. And then Matan's like, what, you don't like them? And David's like, I don't give a shit, you know, this happens to me all the time, and it's clearly getting to him.
Look at it. What's this? Oh, yeah. Put that right there.
You don't like them?
I don't give a fuck. I'm in the public image, bro. Shit like this will happen all the time.
So you don't mind it?
I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah. I like this little weirdo white. You're not white. Yeah, you dope.
Oh, so you think I'm like funny guy?
You do a lot of crazy stuff with a straight face, which makes me laugh. I like weird shit. So like.
So are you laughing with me or at me?
At you.
Oh fuck.
You 17 though?
17 years old.
What high school you go to?
I don't go to high school anymore. Online school.
So it would get really awkward, and then David would just burst out laughing randomly. And I think since David didn't know what to do and wasn't funny at all, he just started doing gross and creepy shit. Like at one point, he started itching his ass and was trying to make everybody smell it. And then he kept telling Matan to take his shirt off for some reason. I mean, this was just such a weird appearance. I don't know what was going on, but he was gnarly.
I'll put my hand in my ass and make you smell it, bitch. Come here, nigga. Put that shit in your face now. You want to smell it, nigga?
Not particularly.
I'll make him smell it. Oh, let's see if your ass talk now, man. I bet you say, goddamn, I put that shit up under that
Listen,
door.
we need to get back to the podcast. all
That
right?
hey, that t-shirt ain't gonna cover it up, bro. You still gonna smell this ass. I ain't took no shower and I'm straight off a plane, boy. This shit.
Is that something to be bragging about?
I don't know. Let's smell up under that jacket. Take that jacket off.
Well, I
Let
don't.
us see that pale ass
I don't have
chest.
shit all over me.
Let's see that pale ass. Take that jacket off.
You're like one of those Indian guys.
Take that
post on
jacket off.
Twitter.
Take that jacket off. Let's see.
Under it is just a
You
normal
probably
shirt.
naked up under that bitch. Let's see.
No, I only wear this jacket.
Let me see it. Take it off.
I can't. That's
me see.
not on camera.
Take it off.
No, it's not allowed. Be careful. I have a weapon on me.
I don't give a fuck about no weapon.
I got.
And then after David did that, he kept touching his face and his eyes, which was just disgusting. I mean, the whole time he's just doing gross shit. And then Matan made a joke about him being a predator, and David got all offended. He's like, "Don't joke about something like that. That's serious."
What Thrones? What is you talking about, bro? What is you talking about?
Because I thought you were trying to.
You
flip
on
it
some
me.
weird
I told
shit.
you a predator.
I'm not a predator.
No, for sure.
Skip the question, bro. We ain't even finna entertain that bullshit you talking about right now, because I got children, and that's a very sensitive
Move
topic.
past it.
Yeah.
How many hours do you think it would take you to run a mile?
I did a.
The manager laughed at you.
And it's crazy this 17-year-old kid is 100 times funnier than this professional comedian. I mean, David's sense of humor is him like farting and itching his ass and doing all this gross shit that only he was laughing at.
You're standing.
Yeah, I feel like a rock star.
The table's about to collapse. I gotta back up from this.
Earthquake. I'm about to fart in this nigga face. That's gonna be different. You gotta scratch the ass. Scratch the ass so you can smell it.
So he was completely out of control. I mean, this was unbelievable. And it's funny he got all offended when Matan made a joke about him being a predator, because then he started to act really creepy and he kept trying to touch him and he kept saying weird stuff to him. And at one point, for some reason, he pulled up some corn on his phone and showed that to him. So I don't know what he was doing here. I mean, apparently he doesn't handle getting trolled very well. You know, I think Matan just made him completely lose it. I mean, this was another level of cringe. You know, it's one thing to have an awkward podcast and like not have a funny appearance, but this, I don't even know how to describe what was going on here.
Are we in a safe space?
We save space.
Let's think about that.
What is this? You keep showing me like pork juice. They're pretty cheap, like 20.
Kind of cute.
Me? You're saying this
Little
about a minor.
earring.
I'm
You're
17.
older than 17.
I promise I'm 17.
Let me see.
I
Let me see
swear.
your ID.
I don't have an ID because I'm 17.
Come over. Come over. Come over.
You're a hostile podcast.
Get real nice and close like we're in prison.
You had your,
Sit that little pale booty down.
why do you want me so close?
I want you right here. I want you right here.
It's getting weird.
I want you right here.
I'm gonna take your manager's chair. A lot of leftist politicians.
Come over here so I can hear you closer.
Because you're gonna grab them. You're gonna grab the notes. This is what everybody does.
Man, I ain't playing your little games.
Fuck you, man. I put so much effort into that shit, and you won't even smell it.
Let me rub your back.
You won't even smell it.
Let me rub your
Why
back.
are you touching on my man? That's a bad character trait. How old are your?
So it was an interesting appearance, you know, and of course he just got roasted in the comments. You know, like somebody said, why can't you get a real comedian on like Brendan Schaub? And nobody laughs more at David Lucas's jokes than David Lucas. And David Lucas is really good at making me not like him. And yeah, if this is somebody's introduction to him on this podcast, they're probably like, what the hell is this guy's deal? Like, there's no way he's a comedian. I mean, he wasn't funny at all, and he's really bad at handling getting trolled and playing into the jokes. And also expecting to get paid 10 grand is kind of cringy. So this was just a rough appearance for him. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And if you want to hear more about David Lucas and just all the Kill Tony drama going on, I cover it over on Patreon. There's a lot of stuff happening. So if you want to keep up with that and just get access to over 90 exclusive videos, make sure you check it out. There'll be a link in the description.